Raider Nation, how are you guys doing today? Welcome to another great episode of the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Phil Robinson might be joining me today. I know my boy Lance Goodman wasn't able to make it today. He'll be with us next week. People got a lot of things to handle this week, but it's all good. But hey, this is the rivalry. Raiders, Broncos. I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Even though we're sitting at 5-3 and they're sitting at 3-5, this game means so much to the Silver and Black. This means so much to Raider Nation. One, we can't stand the damn Broncos. Can't stand their asses. Oh, popsicle orange color ass. Oh, we stole a Raider face ass. Nah. I'm tired of that shit. That last game last year, we should have won that. Today's the day. Whoop that ass. Go 6-3. Get business done. Because I'm telling you guys this. Raiders have, as we know, we have 8 games left for the rest of the season. We need to at least go 7-1 down the stretch if you want to definitely see a clear playoff spot. We need to win at least 7 or win all. Let's win out. I love to win out. I want to win all 8 of our games that we have left, including today. But we have to beat these donkeys. Right now, if the playoffs, I know as some folks may feel like this is still early, but the way things are setting up, it's really not early to talk about this now since you're sitting at this record. But as of right now, the Raiders are sitting at the 6th seed if the playoffs were to begin today. In all honesty, the Raiders would like to win against the Broncos. If they can pull a sweep against Kansas City coming up, that would be amazing because you know what? Most of the teams that are out in front, and if Kansas City lose another game again, and we end up going, say, 13-3, the Raiders would win the division. I believe what the Raiders have on offense this year and the reemergence, I'm calling the reemergence of Derek Carr, because yes, he went up and then went down, then try to climb back up, and he's back on it. I know I've been one of the hardest folks on Derek Carr's case for the past year or so, but I'm going to say this. He's doing a hell of a job to get this shit back together, and I love it, and I respect it. But this is the time where we need this offense to go lights out. It can't be conservative anymore. They need to go on and score, run up the score, run it up, and run it up. But the one key in this offense here is this. We need Henry Ruggs. We need Henry Ruggs big time. I don't care if you got to do more drag routes for him. You got to run some more screens for him. I know they're running some jet sweeps for him, but we got to see more besides also spacing out the field. And it's a help. Don't get me wrong. It's a help with he's spacing out the field and all. But the thing of it is, we need to get him the ball going downfield. It cannot just be he ran downfield and the pass was incomplete. I need him getting the ball, and Derek has to get him that ball too. The speed is there. You got a guy beating coverage. You just got to throw it there right on time. That's it. And it can be done. It can be executed. Great news for the Raiders. They're going to have Gabe Jackson today, from what it's looking like. Bad news, you're not going to have Colton Miller today. But with the performance that Brandon Parker put on and Sam Young able to hold his ground, I think this offense can get it done today. The one thing for sure is this. You have two deadly running backs. I call them deadly because you have power and you have speed. And let's be real here. Jacobs is your power, and he's running through everybody like it's nothing, like a steam truck. And then you have Devontae Booker showing everybody why the Broncos should have never cut him. And today's his day. Today's the day Devontae Booker is going to end up showing everybody, you know what? I was the better running back. Y'all just didn't give me the opportunity. He showed it last week against the Chargers, getting that big run. He's been having a lot of big runs this year, and we just need to give him more carries along with Jacobs. That should be the split right there. I should be seeing 20 carries from Jacobs. I should be seeing at least 9 carries or 10 carries from Booker. Let it be done. And you know what? That takes ease off of Derek too. And a good thing for sure, it looks like we're going to have the Terminator himself, Mr. Alec Ingold. He looks like he's going to be playing today. This is solid news. He was able to practice this week. You know, this was something that a lot of us worried about. You know, rib injuries, you know, it can go either way, where you can hit it can hit one part of the ribs where it's like, this is not good, and the other part, you know, you can play through it. But Alec Ingold is a tough SOB, and I respect that, and that's why I say that's my fullback. I want his jersey. That would be a great Christmas gift for me. But not even that on offense. The Raiders are getting 2 players for defense today. Damon Arnett and David Irving. And just thinking about that right now, you're having those 2, that reinforcement right there. Because secondary, they need help. It looks like we're going to have, from when I last saw the injury report, I usually have it uploaded where you guys can see it right here. But from the last time I saw it, it looks like we're going to have both corners. So that's Mullen and Arnett. That's the first time we've had those 2 since week 3. And then we're going to have David Irving. David Irving being able to play out there finally today. He's going to get some snaps. That's going to be a help. Have him coming on the outside. You know, we might see a mix where it'll be, you have Collins, you have Farrell inside maybe, or you leave Farrell on the outside, and they're going to mix it up. You can have Irving on the outside, Crosby on the outside, or Irving inside, Crosby on the outside, Farrell on the outside, and then have Collins inside with them. And I'm just going to say this, you know, having those, just having that's going to be a help. I'm going to admit this, that Collins got it together. Collins got it together last week. I started noticing he was getting pressure. He was taking better angles on his tackles. And that was something that we needed to see. And we need that to continue. We truly need that to continue for them. If that goes forward, I'm going to be real. Raiders can get it done as the season goes on. And then you'll have Maurice Hurst back. I know Maurice Hurst is out this week. I think that ankle injury is still bugging him. Maybe need to get that swelling down. I hope the best. Hope he gets a speedy recovery on that one, because I would love to see him get back out there. But if I'm right, that last injury report, y'all bear with me. I think I can bring it up right here. Here we go. So, yeah, Hurst is out. We still have Colt Miller listed as doubtful. Big Gabe, he was questionable, but it looks like Gabe is going to be ready to go. But Sam Young, Waller, Carl Nassib, Keyshawn Nixon, Mullen, he was a full go. He's not even on his game status. It looks like he's a go. Then Arden Key looks like we'll have him back as well. Yeah, Devin, I would really love to have Colton Miller for that Kansas City game. I would really love that, man. Definitely, bro. Glad to see you this morning. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad Mullen's going to be playing. Morning, Herman. How you doing, bro? But everything else, hey, I don't blame you, Wendy. Wear it. Let it shine. Let it shine bright in the silver and black. Good morning, Wendy. Hope you're having a good morning. But other than that, we have to play smart. Jason, that's a good question. Does this game feel like a trap game? Last week felt like a trap game, in my opinion. That was the true game that felt like a trap game. Now, this week, I think this team has came to the conclusion where you can't take anybody lightly, and we have to win. Everybody knows what's at stake. This is not like, what's the word? What am I looking for? This is not last year's team. I think last year they realized the embarrassment they faced when they went up against the Jets. We know we have to beat the Broncos. John Gruden does not like the Broncos. I mean, he hates them to the core. This is a team that you cannot take lightly, because you saw what they did to us the last game of the season with Drew Lock. Drew Lock, I paid attention to the offense. The offense is basic. And I'll say this, even though it is basic, you still don't take him lightly, because he can still use his feet. This offensive line, they are shaky. They're down to their fifth right tackle, but we still got to get pressure. And what I mean by pressure, you need to be making a sack. You need to be hurting the quarterback. It can't just be, oh yeah, he got back there. That don't mean shit. I'm gonna explain to you guys on the true term of pressure. That means you're getting back there and you're hitting that fucking quarterback. It's not he got back there and was near the quarterback. No, you put your fucking hands on the quarterback and drop his ass to the ground. So this whole new term of, oh yeah, dude's getting pressure, he's getting pressure. No, that means you up in the quarterback's face and you give him a hell of a time. That is pressure. Not you're getting back there and you're near the quarterback and you did nothing. You need to do something. If you're driving that offensive lineman into the quarterback and throwing him off, that is considered pressure. Not, oh yeah, he got around there to the quarterback and he was near him. But did he touch him? Did he do anything to throw him off? No, that don't count as fucking pressure. All right? Tie hand that shit and nobody not explaining it the proper way. I would love to see Arden Key create pressure today so where he can get a sack today. That's what we need. Defensively, and it's shocking as hell, you guys. It is shocking as hell. We talk bad about this defense to the point of no return. We talk bad about Paul Gunther not doing this, not doing that. But you know what's funny, you guys? The Raiders, oh man. The Raiders defense, wow. We think that they're like 28th, 29th in the NFL. The Raiders defense is only like 23rd. So they're like, but they're climbing out of that hole that they were originally at. They're trying to get better. You're starting to see it slowly, but you know, with the fast-paced offense that we have, this top 10 offense that we have, you expect to see them be on pace with them. And that's understandable. And we do need more from them. But I feel like having Arnett back today, you're taking Nevin Lawson out. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Oh. I feel like that's going to be a major help for us. We're going to have Arnett. We're going to have Mullen. Word is we're going to see a little bit more Isaiah Johnson because here's the bad news today. Well, I mean, if it really is bad news, because Corey Littleton is out. He's been put on the COVID list. Hope he gets well. I don't think he caught it. I think he was around somebody that probably had it, but he doesn't have it. But you have to go through those little procedures where, yeah, we're going to have to sit you out here. But in reality, what has Corey Littleton really done? He's complained about, the defense, this, and this, and then we changed up the defense and he's still looking the same. So what's going to be the wild thing is this today. How the Raiders perform without Corey Littleton. So you'll have Kwiatkowski, you'll have Morrow, and yes, you should have Raekwon McMillan today. I pray to God we don't see Wilbur. I'd rather see Raekwon McMillan, and I'd rather see them activate David White. I would love to see that. Hopefully they do that. But really, if we have that, that would be the difference. Oh, Rich, you asked, hold up. Rich, you said change what on defense? Okay, so the Raiders were running more of a match cover 3, and I don't know if me and Phil had discussed this. This match cover 3 defense, basically what you see in college. You see Alabama running it. You see who else runs it? New England used to run it a little bit, but they run theirs in a different form. Paul Gunther was trying to run it. And the plays that he was trying to get in, he second guess and he do this, he do that, and then switch it around, and it didn't look good. So they're going more of a base 43, a legit base 43 defense, and they're going back to 4-2-5, and that's where it should be. It shouldn't be any of this match cover 3 where you got guys line up on the outside, leaving the middle wide open. Granted, he did that last week, and he should have got his ass cussed out. Yeah, you're running more of an inverted cover 2. You're absolutely correct, Mari. Running an inverted cover 2, that's going to be a help, especially with today. Denver runs a lot of check downs, little dink and dunks. So I would say that would be the major help for us. But that match cover 3 shit, that needs to be thrown out. I shouldn't see that shit again. No, the 4-2-5 is good, Herman, but the thing of it is, you can't run in the match cover 3 format. You can't run in that formation. You can't run with that single high safety because it seems like they're always having a problem out of that. You can bring up 2 safety high. You can have I wish I had video. Let me see if I still have video on it, because I would give you guys a better idea of it. And if I don't, it is what it is. I don't think I have it. No, I don't have it on me. But the thing of it is, getting out of that match cover 3 and just going to the inverted cover 2, I think that's the best thing for the Raiders right now. And then sticking to man coverage. That's what these guys were brought in to do. Let them do that. Arnett's good at man coverage. Mullen's good at man coverage. You bring these guys in, let them do that. People getting cooked in that match cover 3. Yep. Guys are out of position to recover. The funny thing about it, that's absolutely true. Now, the reason why you've seen some recent problems like last week, because, the last 2 weeks, Nevin Lawson doesn't know what he's doing out there. I'm just going to say it right there. Nevin Lawson, when I looked last week, if you look at it real closely, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Joyner actually had a decent game. I wish they move him back and let him play a little bit more safety like he did against Cleveland. But the thing of it is, Nevin Lawson, I don't think he knows what he's doing out there. And that's the problem. Nevin Lawson was the main one getting lit up last week. He was getting shredded. This is why Keenan Allen had over 100 yards receiving against him? It was due to big plays happening. And Eric Harris not knowing his reads, and those are the 2 things. If we can limit it down to one thing, then that can be the difference maker. Today, what the Raiders are going to have to do, if I'm them, I'm using Isaiah Johnson once again. The Broncos are going to utilize their tight ends, but they also have wide receivers as well. But, not a lot of them are they're not on mark, really. They're really not. Raiders need to have Johnson on Fant. Raiders need to have Arnett on Judy. Mullen probably going to be lined up on Hamilton. They're going to mix it up a little bit. Mullen's probably going to be on Patrick. Patrick's usually the outside starting receiver. But really, Amari, we got to stop with this blown coverage. Everybody needs to be in sync. If we can get this defense in sync this week, You build off of that. That's the whole thing. You got to build off of that. All the good games that you had defensively, you need to go back to the film room and see, okay, we need to mesh this together and use it going forward. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, you want to find like the best formula to help you succeed going forward. And I'm not seeing the Raiders doing that defensively. That's the problem. And so if they're not going to do that going forward, this is why you're having that Jekyll and Hyde defense. But I'm going to say this. I believe that they will get out of this hump. They'll figure it out and get things going. Because literally, you have 8 games left. You have to win. You have to win. It can't just be all on the offense going forward. It has to be a balanced attack from both ends. And the Raiders, they're going to have to do that. The Raiders they got Denver today. You got Kansas City. You got the Colts. You got you have Denver, Kansas City. You have the Falcons, the Jets, the Colts. You have Miami. And then you got Denver again. Oh, no, you got the Chargers. You got Chargers, then Denver. So you're looking at those 8 games, you're like, people say it's winnable, but I'm going to be real. Nothing is considered winnable until you get your ass on that field and play and finish all 4 quarters. Because everybody always says, oh, yeah, you got an easy team. Easy team. Yeah, they can win that. They can do that. No, you can't. We thought that about what do you call it? We thought the Panthers was going to be an easy game. It wasn't. Panthers weren't an easy game. You see, you're looking at it now, they gave Kansas City a hard time. So if you really look at it going down the stretch, the Raiders have literally still a tough schedule going forward to finish the season. Even though you got some of these teams that are like 3-5 or 3-6, that's still a difficult challenge to face. Chargers, they just can't finish, but they're still a tough team. Broncos, I've looked at some of these games. If you don't have a top offense, they tend to linger. So really, Raiders, they're going to have to make sure opening drive, you got to drive downfield, you got to get 7. And the one man that knows it all right here with me is Phil Robinson. Phil Robinson, how are you doing?
Bright and early on a Sunday morning, ready to spout the gospel of the Las Vegas Raiders. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. So right now, look, we didn't just hit on the chances of us being in the playoffs. We didn't just we're hitting right now really on this defense and what we're facing with Denver and these next 8 games. Phil, I mean, right now, you have to understand the Raiders have to finish strong in the final 8. I don't even feel like going 5-3 in the final 8 is good. I don't feel like it's good enough. The Raiders got to go at least 7-1 or 8-0.
5-3 gets you 10-6.
But that ain't good enough, bro.
I'm not necessarily sure that 10-6 won't be, especially with expanded playoffs, won't be good enough to get you into the dance. I personally believe that I would like to see them run the table in the AFC West, or at least go 5-1, 5-1, 4-2, and be close to winning the division. In terms of everything that they got going on, it's not so much as finish strong, which everybody does need to finish strong. So let me rephrase it. They just need to take care of business and continue to get better each and every week. Now they got some added pieces coming up. Irving is going to be activated. Arnett is playing, and they need these guys to come in and to get with the program and to do exactly continue to help this defense build on what they've been building on. Now, this defense has turned a corner, and I use that phrase lightly, but they're getting better. They're gelling. The new scheme that they're running is a lot more conducive to the personnel that's on the field, and that's really just what they need to do is keep it up.
Nah, man. Hey, all I can say is this: with you bringing Arnett back, what else needs to change back there in that secondary? Do you take Eric Harris out? I mean, do you have anybody else that you can really roll with besides Eric Harris? I mean, can you go with Jeff Heath and Abrams back there?
What you really should be doing, and it's going to really largely depend on what you continue to get out of Isaiah Johnson, but Isaiah Johnson has earned some playing time. Nevin Lawson has earned a spot on the bench, and
We all know
with
that
Arnett,
one.
what's that?
I said we all know that one.
And with Arnett coming back, and if Mullen can play today, did he practice yesterday?
Yes, I had read the injury report to everybody. So he didn't participate Wednesday, but he came back Thursday, and then Friday's practice he had a full practice, so he's gonna play.
Okay, so now you're back to your two starting corners. Isaiah Johnson has shown signs of promise and an ability to guard larger receivers. You should be moving LaMarcus Joyner back to safety.
And no, you're absolutely right. Like, we want to see more of that. Now, here's the one thing I was thinking about. You're gonna have Noah Fant to deal with today. You put Isaiah Johnson on him.
There you go. Put Isaiah Johnson on him and let him do his thing against the larger tight end, and he should be a little bit slower than Donald Parham, so that'll be good for him, and not quite as big either. And so it really comes down to matchup football. You play the soft zone, they get eaten up. You allow them to man up, and with Arnett playing, you have a much better man-to-man coverage unit than you did without him playing.
Right.
And then you sit back and let LaMarcus Joyner do what he does as a free safety, he's much better as a free safety than a slot corner. And you go and turn Abram loose to do his thing and be the guy in the box, and you got something. And the rush is coming. You get a shot in the arm from Irving. You know, the defensive tackle position is still what it is. It leaves something to be desired. We're still waiting on Mo Hurst to get back to playing with Carl Nassib, so that we can continue to see pressure up the middle. The rush has actually been much more successful as of late than it has been during the beginning of the year. And so they're putting pieces together. It's not, is it top 10? No, but they are steadily climbing the charts. I believe we had a conversation the other day, and you told me that they were 21 in defense.
No, we're sitting at 23rd right now.
23rd, yeah.
So basically, look, the defense is really, they're climbing out of that hole that they were in. A lot of people, we always get this feel like the defense is sitting like 28th, 29th, like I just said earlier. But the defense is trying to get it together. We don't have Corey Littleton today. I'm going to be real. Every time I'm seeing Corey Littleton, He's always dragging behind the tight end. He's always following behind the tight end. Why is he not side by side with the tight end? Why is he not breaking it up? Why is he not getting physical and jamming them up? I see Isaiah Johnson on Mike Williams and Donald Parham, and he's like, I'm punching at the ball and make sure this ball come out. Or I'm going to try to break it up as best as possible.
No doubt, no doubt.
Like, the thing of it is, and where I'm frustrated at, the Raiders put all this money into Corey Littleton, and just, okay, wow, he's what, third in tackles. That means nothing if you're not executing and making big stops. You haven't made stops. You're missing tackles out there, a shit ton. You're supposed to be brought in to be this cover linebacker, and the better cover linebacker is Kwiatkowski than Nicholas Morrow. So it's like the Raiders got scammed out of their money with Corey Littleton. But then again, here comes the excuse. The excuse is, well, with COVID, we didn't really get a good look at him and all that. And that's what you're going to hear at the end of the season when folks ask about why have you received a poor performance from Corey Littleton. It's going to be asked.
It should be.
And it now comes back to the part where, well, why didn't you use Raekwon McMillan? You traded for Raekwon McMillan. Why wasn't he used enough? So if I'm the Raiders, you got McMillan sitting right there, and all you've been using him really is on special teams as much. You need to start using him more. And I mean a lot more than what you've had him to do.
Right. But listen, let me I just jumped in here because I had a minute. Let me give you my prediction so I can jump out of here.
All right, bro.
I see the Raiders winning this game 34-21.
Oh. Okay.
I don't anticipate that they'll have two, as long as the line can hold up, and with Gabe back and in action, I feel much better about the line holding up. I just don't see this shell defense that the Broncos run offering very many problems. Gruden said something about the blitzes, but they're all overload blitzes and they telegraph them a lot. So you'll be able to see where the blitz is coming from. So if Carr's on his shit, he should have no problems checking out of plays and switching to more productive plays and beating blitzes. Offensively, the Denver Broncos do the same thing all game long. Rollouts, fades, slots, not slots, but sprint outs, a lot of passes to the tight ends, flats, a lot of passes to the running backs, and everything is a half-field read for Drew Lock.
Yeah, I went back and looked at last night's game with the Falcons. I saw a lot of that. And that's what got me with the Falcons. I was like, why didn't the Falcons put them to bed?
I don't know. I think what had happened when I was watching the game myself was that they had gone through 3 quarters of just absolutely dominating them and just kind of let off. And the Falcons are known for letting off the gas.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody, I'll catch y'all. Good luck. Go Raiders. And I'll see you Monday.
All right, Phil. Appreciate you joining me, man. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? Hey, so really, that's what it is. And I said it earlier. You can't let the foot off the gas pedal in these final 8 games. This is where you can go buck nasty and just run it up on everybody's ass. If you want to run it up 45-10 and say, shit, you know what? We can score again in the 4th quarter. Do it. Because you know what I noticed is doing that shit? Tampa Bay's been doing that shit. Tennessee's been doing that shit. So, and if you really look at it, those are playoff teams coming up. Run up the score. You can't. In today's NFL, it's not like how it used to be back in the day. You got to be high scoring. People tend to come back, and they come back fast. If you want to shut them out, you got to shut them out right. If you got to keep running up the damn score, so be it. But I see what John Gruden tries to do. He tries to run it up and then tries to maintain the clock and goes into conservative mode. But the thing of it is, people have figured that out. And when you figure that out with the team, it's like, okay, here's the next. This is what you tell your offense. The next 10 plays, this is what you're going to run. You're going to run a hurry-up offense. You're going to try to score right here. You score right there. We're going to see if the defense can get it back. We're going to stop him on the run because he's trying to play conservative with 9-10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And that's plenty of time for anybody to come back into a game. So what John Gruden has to realize, run that shit up. Run the damn score up. You should be up. You should be walking out of these games like it's college. The Raiders should be blowing people out 38-14 or 45-14. And they can do that. We have the firepower. You have the offensive weapons. You have different sets of receivers that you can use to do that. You can execute on that. It's just you got to stop being conservative when it comes down to the end. Nobody showed you mercy. So why the fuck are you going to show them mercy? And I'm keeping it real as best as possible. I looked at when we played up against Tampa Bay, I was like, really? They going to run this shit up against us. You look at over the seasons where we played the Chargers. You look at when we played Kansas City. They kept running it up against our asses and shit. You know what? No, if you want to take control of the AFC West, run it up their throats. Run up the score. Let them know who's in charge. This is frustrating. The fans see it. People in the media see it. Can't stand when they got the lead in the fourth and they play that stupid ass prevent defense. Gets me yelling. It's stupid. What you've been beating them with the entire game, if it ain't, as the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So my whole thing is this. If you've been stopping them playing man-to-man, keep running that shit. If some of the blitzes have been working and the coverages have been on point, keep running that shit. Offensively, if you've been throwing it deep on them and you've been running crossing routes and you've been running it down the throats, you've been running the outside zones with Booker and running inside with Jacobs and then hitting the fullbacks with play action and all that shit is working, keep running it. Don't just say, we're going to run up the middle right here. We're going to run up the middle right there. We're going to stay in this big 21 personnel. We're going to run this formation. We're going to go 3 tight end set. We're just going to just run it and just eat the clock up. No, that's just not working. It needs to end. You know when you can do that? When you have 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock and you up by like 14 or 21 points. Not by if you're up by 3 or 6 points. I don't want to see that shit. The Raiders, if they're going to go forward and dominate in the AFC West, if they're going to dominate in the NFL in general as a playoff team, win the game. You know what's funny? Derek Carr even said that to John Gruden. Excuse me. Let's win the game. Let's put them out of the miseries. Let's not just settle for a field goal or just play conservative. Motherfucker, if I can get 7 right now, damn it, I'm going to get 7. Derek Carr has showed everybody this year, I'll run for that first down. I'll run for that touchdown and make sure I have both hands on it. You know, when you're now seeing he's having the determination to do whatever it takes to get that first down now, I wholeheartedly respect him for that shit. And that's all I wanted from him. Like I said, out of all the critics, I've been the hardest on Derek Carr. But from what he's shown me in these 8 games, he's been getting the shit done where he's like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help this team win. And you know what? I fucking respect it to the fullest, man. The fullest. So, other than that, I'm going to say this. Raiders, going forward, I'm going to drop my mid-season awards for clearly MVP of the Raiders right now. I'm giving that to Derek Carr. Mid-season MVP will go to Derek Carr. Defensive player mid-season award will go to, damn, you know, this is a tough one. I'm going to give that to Kiwakowski. I'm going to give that to Nick Kiwakowski. For my offensive player of the midseason, who else? I'm going to give that to Mr. Josh Jacobs. For this award, I call it the Iron Man Award. I'm giving that to Mr. Jonathan Abrams. That man is truly Iron Man. That man has messed up a shoulder. He then ran into a camera cart and popped back up and went back into a game. That man has said, hell, let's go. I'm coming back at you. I'm ready to knock your ass out. And hey, Jonathan Abrams has done it. Unsung hero, you know, and yeah, somebody already beat me to it. Jacob, you already beat me to it. Denzel Good, first week of the season, he came in. I'm going to right tackle. Had to hold down right tackle for 2 weeks. Incognito goes down. I got to play left guard. All over the place, right to left. I got to give it to Denzel Good. He stepped up and has taken care of business. Now, who should have won Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie Defensive Player of the Year last year, I got to give this my Wild Child Award. I got to give it to Mr. Max Crosby. Max Crosby is showing everybody why the Raiders drafted him. Been doing a hell of a job, been getting to the quarterback. Damn near almost hurt Herbert last week. So I got to give it to him. Hell of a job. This next player award I'm about to drop on you guys. This is my comeback player. Nobody in Philly wanted his ass. Nobody in Philly wanted him. You had a guy on the news talking about he called a baby And he said, I had better hands than Nelson Aguilar. Well, sir, you were wrong. Nelson Aguilar is that comeback player for the Raiders, and he has revitalized his career. Maybe it was just y'all's quarterback that didn't know how to throw to him properly. So Nelson Aguilar with the comeback player. For my coaches, damn. I know a lot of people are going to think this one, but I call this award, put some respect on his name. I'm giving that award to Mr. Tom Cable, Mr. Thomas Cable. This man, when he came here back in 2018, everybody was like, oh shit, we got Tom Cable. Who the fuck wants Tom Cable? Everybody was mad as shit. Everybody was like, oh, he can't get it done. And then you look at this offensive line, like going the following year, it's like, shit, it looks beautiful. My boy Maurice Moton, I had to tell him he needs to put some respect on Mr. Tom Cable's name. I had to tell everybody put some respect on Mr. Tom Cable's name. Boom-aye. Put some respect on his name, Mr. I Break Your Jaw, Tom Cable. And he's done a fantastic job with this offensive line. They have dealt with injury to the right tackle position, the left guard position, and shit, even left tackle now. And Tom Cable's like, I can fix this. I can mesh this together. I can work with this guy, and he can develop into that tackle or guard that we need him to play. Like, shit, a prime example. Brandon Parker. Brandon Parker. You see what he's done for Brandon Parker these past 2 weeks? That is a prime example of why Tom Cable deserves that award. Whoo! I was thinking like, maybe I give it to John Gruden, but nah, I was like, nah. Tom Cable has done something by far. It's fucking amazing. He's like, give me real offensive linemen and I can make something out of them. And damn if he hasn't done that. I love it. We are blessed with they used to call Bob Wild the magician. Tom Cable, I call him the mechanic. He's that mechanic that you go to that's in your small town and like, damn man, hey yo, I need my engine check. Hey man, look man, it's only gonna cost you about like $500 instead of $1,000. I'm gonna make this shit look like it was a 2019 instead of a 2014 engine. And that's what Tom Cable's doing. He's the fucking mechanic. He's the badass mechanic. He's doing a hell of a job, and because of what he's doing, it's saving this offensive line. So those were my awards. Oh man, but right now, keys to victory for this Raider team. What is the one thing we always do to the Denver Broncos? Oh yeah, that's right. Run it through their souls. Run the ball right down their fucking throats. I mean, right down the jugular. You got Jacobs. You have Booker that's ready for the revenge game. Run it down the throat. This secondary is questionable. You know what you need to do? Throw a little Derek Carr in there, add a little bit of play action, and then boom, right there, you're going to hit Henry Ruggs. This is going to be the game. Henry Ruggs get a 100-yard game, and he's going to show off. He's going to get another touchdown in this game. I can guarantee it. Defensively, you know what you do? You're running the inverted cover 2 defense. You make Drew Lock feel uncomfortable, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to create pressure. You're going to use David Irvin. You know what's going to happen in this game? I got Cleveland Farrell getting the best on one of the tackles, and he's going to get not 1, but 2 sacks in this game. This is the game where we see the Raiders defense start to come alive because they realize they have to win this game going forward. And we're going to see turnovers. So the keys in this game, run it down their throats, add some sprinkle on sprinkle of Carr to Ruggs, and defense, create turnovers, create pressure by meaning getting sacks on the quarterback. Other than that, I will be back for a pregame show. This is just game day edition, but pregame, I will be back about 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes into before game time. And then I will also be back for the post-game show where we will react, dive in. Let's hope we win this game and we celebrate and be on the positive side. Remember, if you guys have missed part of the show, you guys can go on my YouTube page, The UnPhiltered Truth. Go on and subscribe there. Recap any of the shows that you guys have missed. Other than that, you guys can give me a follow on Twitter, Phil Jones NFL. We need to win this game. We have to win the final 8 games. This means so much, and the Raiders got to get it done. We want to dominate in the NFL. We don't want to just be the runners-up. We want to dominate. We want to show everybody who they really are fucking with. Other than that, Raider Nation, let's wake up. Let's come alive. Get the tequila ready. We're almost ready for game time. Y'all take care. God bless. And remember, Raiders! Y'all take care. Love you.